Hello everyone, I'm Arthur here. I'm here to present you with my latest build for my Stamina Sorcerer. Now I know the Stamina Sorcerers have taken a big hit with Murkmire. The exact opposite of what happened to Magicka Templars happened to these guys. But I hated to see it just sitting there gathering dust, and I wanted to really put together a build that again offers great sustain, great damage, and also great tankability. And I've come up with this build, and I've been playing with it for a while with this mighty underdog, and I must say I've been having a ton of fun with it, whereas I hated things with Stamina Sorcerers in the past, particularly because of some skills that had not really been tweaked yet. But now I'm really having a lot of fun with this, and it doesn't feel like it's been nerfed at all. So let me just show you my unbuffed, well, let me buff them, never mind, let me buff my my stats. Now immediately you will notice that I've got quite decent spell and physical resistance, even though I'm running 5 medium, right? Okay, I'm gonna show them to you again. 25k spell resistance and physical resistance for a medium build. This is because of one of the sets that I'm using. I'm gonna show you in a moment. 19k stamina recovery, so sustain really not an issue. 11k, almost 12k Magicka pool, but really we don't use Magicka that much, so it's okay for it to be that low. Just over 20k health, which in Cyrodiil translates into 25k health, so very healthy Magicka pool. And then on my front bar I've got 38k max stam, so very good. My max my weapon damage, basic buffing, almost 36k, 3600 weapon damage. Once the glyph procs, we've got just over 4k weapon damage. Crit resistance just under 3k, so healthy as well. Now let me just show you my my sets. Front bar, Asylum Greatsword. Now here you could use Maelstrom, Greatsword, or Great Axe, or Great Maul, whatever two-hander you want to use, feel free to use. I'm using an Asylum Greatsword, and this because I'm not using Bloodspawn, and I like to have my Dawnbreaker up as much as possible, and so this little sword helps me out generating ultimate for it. Trait Nernhund, glyph, weapon and spell damage. On my back bar I have a bow of the Armor Master. Now, Armor Master, I find it a great little set, very cheap to craft as well. Now, offers health, physical resistance, spell resistance, which again helps out a lot with your tankability. While you have an armor ability slotted, your max health is increased by 5%. When you use an armor ability, your physical and spell resistance is increased by 5146 for 10 seconds. So this is why we're getting this much resistance, because of shuffle, right? When I proc shuffle, not only do I have greater health on my back bar, but shuffle procs Armor Master, which gives me that increased tankability, really, both physical and spell. My back bar, damage, health, poison. Then I use, this is flexible, I use Troll King. Now I am an orc, So as an orc, I get 20% health recovery bonus. To that, you add another 20% from your sorcerer skills, which you're gonna see in a moment. And to that, then you add Troll King with almost 1500 health recovery for 10 seconds when your health drops below 50%. Troll King really helps me with survivability, makes me not tankier, but it really improves my healing, which is great. Great, especially when you're 1v1vxing. You could use, if you wanted, you could use Bloodspawn, but if you had Bloodspawn on, I would advise using a Maelstrom sword instead of Asylum. You could use Selene, you could use Velidreth. Really, the choice is down to you. It's down to personal preference. So we've got Armor Master, Troll King, and then, last but not least, Bone Pirate. We all know how it works. As long as you have a drink active, which in our case is, hold on a second, what is it called? Dubious Cameron Throne. As long as you've got a drink active, you got lots of stamina recovery as well. For consumables, I use Tri-Stats, particularly when I get rezzed. Otherwise, I use this Essence of Immovability that grants me not only health and stamina back, but it makes me immovable as well. And then invisibility for when it gets tough and I need to get out of there. Everything is impenetrable. Apart from my feet, well fitted. I've got one piece, well fitted. My jewelry, weapon damage, all the way through. Now for my skills, bound armaments on my front bar, my damage bar, to increase my max stamina and hence my damage, and also increase my damage done with my light and with my light attacks. Now, what's so good about this skill is the fact that it activates this passive. Daedric Protection increases your health and stamina recovery by 20% while you have it slotted. And we've got bar armaments on the front bar, and at the back bar we've got Greater Storm Atronach. Now, I know it's magic damage, but again, it gives me health and stamina recovery bonus both at the front and the back through this ultimate. And yeah, it's also great when you drop it. Let me see if I have it. When you drop it, you just have another guy with you, and you can just use it as not line of sight, but if you stand behind it, enemies will target your Greater Storm Atronach rather than you, while it will do damage himself. Okay, so great little skill there. Then I've got Rally, Burst Heal, Stampede. I prefer this morph because it just snares them and it helps me to land my spammable, which now it's Crushing Weapon. I used to use Dizzying Swings, but I hate that skill. I hate it so much. It's slow, it's clunky, it's got targeting issues. Crushing Weapons enables me to do much more reliable damage. It heals myself for 25% of the damage that I do, and now it's not maxed out, it's not completely leveled up. Once it's leveled up, it will easily hit for 12-13k. So amazing skill. I highly recommend it. And and also I use Executioner. I prefer it to the other morph. I just want to put down enemies as fast as I can, and then Dawnbreaker of Smiting. Amazing skill. offers a stun as well. It hits so hard. It just hits so hard. My back bar, we've already mentioned shuffle. Now shuffle, you don't need it up all the time because it doesn't grant major evasion anymore. Well, at least major evasion doesn't mean what it used to mean. That is that you could just dodge 20% of the damage received. It helps when you're going against enemies that do dot damage, like Templars, be they Stamina or Magicka Templars. So this is great. But really, it's there to grant me immunity to snare and immobilization. So to grant me mobility. And by the way, with this build, you're so super mobile because you're a Sork, and you're an Orc. So yeah, I still use it for that. And I know it's a bit expensive, but you've got really good sustain, so it's not gonna be an issue. And I use it obviously to proc Armor Master. Resolving Vigor. That deal's been nerfed, but it's still a very good skill. Draining Shot. Now, Draining Shot, because we don't have a proper stun apart from Dawnbreaker, which is not up all the time. Now we have Draining Shot. Draining Shot is a skill that from day one, I always wanted it to get much more range. Because of what it does. It heals you, it stuns the enemy. It's just an amazing skill, but because the range was so rubbish for so long, I've never really used it properly. But now it's on. As soon as I saw in the patch notes that they increased its range, I thought this is going permanently on my Stamina Sorc. And then finally we've got Hurricane for major resolving major wards. To increase my movement speed. So now, because I'm a Sorc, I mean, look at the speed I reach. Look at the speed that I reach with this little monster. And I am a Sorc, but I am also an Orc. Orc, I recommend Orc. That's hands down the best race for a Stamina Sorcerer. Increases your max health by max stamina by 6%, increases your health, your healing received by 5%, and health recovery by 20%. And Swift Ward increases your damage done with melee attacks by 4%, and reduces the cost of sprint by 12%, and increases the movement speed bonus of sprint by 10%. You are, to put it in Fengrush's words, a speed demon in the battleground. So yeah, this is it for the skills. Let me just quickly show you my CPs. 23 into Warlord, 47 into Sprinter, 75 into Mooncat, 43 into Tenacity, 26 into Tumbling, 7 into Shadow Ward. I'm not blocking a lot with this build anyway. 47 into Physical Weapon Expert, 51 into Master at Arms, 31 into Shattering Blows, 51 into Precise Strikes, 34 into Piercing, 56 into Mighty, 51 into Ironclad, 56 into Resistant, 56 into Hardy, 56 into Elemental Defender, and 48 into Thick Skin, and nothing in here. So there you have it, my Stamina Sorcerer for Cyrodiil, PvP in general. You can play it solo, you can play it small group. Medium armor, but yet very, very tanky nonetheless, and you've got to be in Cyrodiil. So yeah, let me know your thoughts, let me know what you think about it, let me know if you've tried this build, and yeah, let me know how it goes. Until then, have a Merry Christmas guys, and a very blessed 2018. Bye bye.